Hey, what's going on, everybody? Movie Phantom here, and hope you had an awesome April Fool's Day. Hope you didn't get fooled, too hard. And yeah, not one for making my show go with holidays, so I'm not reviewing April Fool's Day. I am doing Alien Cubed. That's the title, right? Alien Cubed. Because that's what it. Alien3. And we got The Mummy. The Mummy's Tomb. So I don't have the actual individuals to either one. They're part box sets. And I'm okay with that. Alright, so let's do this. Let's start off with Alien3. Going back to 92. And this is one of those that everybody's seen. So there's no way I'm going to dissect scene by scene. But I will say this is a movie that over time, it has become one of my favorites. Don't get me wrong, 1 and 2 is way up there. They're fucking untouchable. Like, seriously, you ain't gonna get close to them. But when I was younger, it was weird. I really dug Alien Resurrection. Like, if you would have asked a young Phantom, like, junior high Phantom, like, hey, what's your favorite, I would have said Alien Resurrection. Just because I just thought it was so badass and fucking awesome. And I guess I didn't quite get the alien sex Ripley scene, whatever. Yeah, I didn't quite get what's going on, I guess. But underwater sequence, I was like, yeah. And if you ask me what my least favorite was in Alien 3. Since then, they have flip-flopped. Of course, the other two have skyrocketed up to where they need to be. But the more I watch 3, the more it climbs. Like, each time I watch it. Not saying it was ridiculously low to begin with, but it was just my least favorite. Because it is hard to because the first one worked. We discovered this new alien, and he's picking off one by one. Part 2 just amps it back up. Get the Marines versus, thousands of them, And so, going back to just 1, and it's almost like we're almost redoing part 1. I remember it kind of rubbed me the wrong way initially, but going back, watching it now, I'm like, yeah, it works. And in all honesty, I still don't have any hard feelings against Resurrection. It's a decent movie, I guess. It's over there. I like it. I don't know, to me, this is the trilogy. It's the Alien trilogy. I guess until Ridley Scott busts out his Alien 5 / Prometheus 2, whatever the fuck he's doing. Until we expand that universe a little bit more, we'll see what's going on. But Alien 3, I really dug it. I remember, and even now, I'm still kind of like, they shouldn't have done it, but the fact that they killed off fucking Hicks, Michael Bain, I can never do that dude's name, Kyle Reese. The fact they killed Kyle Reese off was just like, what the fuck? Because he's an awesome character in Aliens, and then it was just like, boom, right off the bat, him and Newt are dead. Now, the weird thing was, like, I thought maybe it might have been, I don't know, but no, like, David Fincher's like, no, or whoever wrote this one was just like, no, they're just dead. Like, it's nothing personal. It's just like, that's the story. I didn't like it. I would have loved to see them come back, which is why I was excited for Neil Blomkamp, the Alien 5, because he was like, I'm ignoring 3 and 4, and we're going to bring Hicks back. I was like, yeah, I'm down for that. But I do like, once again, doing like a kind of a retro, review on this thing. I liked the setting of this one. The prison colony, work colony, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I love the alien. I love the fact that, this time the facehugger attacks a dog, so it comes out looking different. I like that addition to it. I remember being a kid, and I really don't know the chronological order of these things, so I could be off. I don't know. I'm not sure which came first, because I didn't read any of the comics ever. In fact, the only comic I read was the Batman vs. Alien, which is fucking awesome. But I remember they had a line of toys, action figures, if you will, and it was like these aliens. They had like each of them was like a different animal. So they had a snake alien, a baboon alien. You just assume like basically these eggs were in the jungle and they were attacking all the animals, and they came back. I thought that was fucking amazing. I really dug that whole thing. So I like that. In fact, I kind of wish when we did the AVP that we went more in that direction. Like we would have had a wider variety of these aliens as opposed to just, the regular xenomorphs. And then, of course, you had the little alien predator hybrid. But, I like the variety. So I like this dog alien thing. I really think it's kind of cool. I will say the CGI has not held up well at all. Not saying it was really great to begin. I really don't remember what our reaction was. I guess I didn't really notice it then. But I know, definitely, early 2000s. Well, it had to be, I guess, mid-2000s. I was out on my own, and I started rewatching them again, and I was like, wow, that looks like shit. Even then, I was like, oh, this looks kind of bad. And then, of course, just watching it the other night, I was just like, yeah, this is one of the things I like to bring up. The CGI is really bad. But, it was 92. Come on. Well, maybe I shouldn't be so lenient, because, fuck, Terminator was just out, and it still looks good. Yeah, you know what? Fuck, they should have done a little better. I like Ripley's new look. I like the she had to shave her head because of the lice on the colony. But that was really neat. I like the area. I just kind of wish they would have played more with the danger of her being the only woman in a male prison. Of course, there's an encounter, but I feel like it would have been a little bit more crazier than that. But they didn't quite. They kind of glossed over. I will say this movie. I forget how long it actually is. I don't know if it tells me on this or not. It fucking flies by, I feel like. We really get right to the boom, we're off. Love that. Love the cast. I think it's Charles Dance. Is that the guy? The guy. And I like about this. See, I grew up knowing already, that Sigourney Weaver, because I wasn't born in the 70s. I was born in the mid-'80s. I didn't start watching it until the early 90s. I think Alien3 was the one that got me into watching the trilogy. Because it came out like, oh shit, that's part 3, I need to see 1 and 2. And then that's how I watched the whole trilogy. But I already knew ahead of time, Sigourney Weaver was the star. But when you talk to the old timers, and I don't want to offend you if you were around, I don't want to call you an old timer, but you talk to the older generation, and they'll all tell you the same thing, and this is something you read about and everything else, that when that first Alien came out, you didn't know who the star was. Your best guess was probably Tom Skerritt because he was the captain of the ship. But it was so unpredictable because everybody's getting picked off randomly. You're like, what the fuck's going on? Aliens was a little more, I guess, conventional. They, you saved your heroes and, everybody's got, picked off. But here, even though, and I guess even, Sigourney Weaver wasn't, Ellen Ripley had the alien inside of her, so she wasn't untouchable. But the prisoners themselves, the ones you would think would make it, if you say, you got 1 survivor or 2, whatever, at the end, it's the ones you would think were yeah, he's going to make it to the end. No, they get picked off early. Charles Dance was one of those, I was kind of shocked that when he gets killed, I was like, holy shit, I figured he'd at least be, there at the end, with Ripley. No. The black guy, Charles S. Dutton, I think that's his name. Love that guy. Love him in a lot of movies he does. But I definitely like him in this one. I just love how he goes out. He goes out he sacrifices himself. He's just I'm gonna fight this motherfucker. I love that. But yeah, these are 2 guys that and I'm not sure how big their names were back then. But watching these are 2 good actors and everything. They're making it to the end. No, they really don't. Well, Charles Dutton makes it a little further, but. Yeah, really shocked Charles Dance didn't make it. But yeah, no, I like that though. So they had very unpredictable. You didn't know who was going to go, who was going to bite it and win. So I like that. I love this when the final trap where they're trying to lure the alien into the injection mold or where the fuck it is where they drop the lead on it. And I just love that when they're running through the tunnels and you get the alien chasing them and they're just trying to they're trying to get to the door. They still fucking love that scene. I think it's a great scene. Builds suspense. You're trying to figure out, are they going to get in time or whatever. Yeah, really dug that. I like the music. I don't remember who did the music. I can probably open this thing up and look, but I'm not going to. Fuck it. Dig the music. I think the music's really cool. Yeah, overall, big thumbs up to this movie. It definitely is not on par with Alien or Aliens. But I gotta say, if in all honesty, I was curious, if we would have seen David Fincher's original vision. And I just always kind of wondered, why did the studio fuck with him so much? I get it, he's a new director, but it's if your plan is just to fuck with him, why don't you just direct it yourself? Seriously. Ridley Scott, for the most part, had, creative control. Here, go do your thing. James Cameron, same thing. And I get it, these guys are, semi-established at this point in their career, but it's if that's your whole thing, then why are you giving it over to some guy who just came from the, doing video or music videos or whatnot? It's just if you're just going to fuck with the movie the whole time, then just say, fuck it, I'm directing it. Might as well, right? Because I'm always, that's one thing I think it kind of sucks, because it's like, could this have been as epic as the first two if David Fincher was just, because we've seen what the guy can do, without all that. Fight Club, Seven. I mean, Christ, he's still doing shit. Like Zodiac and Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and Gone Girl. I mean, the guy's a hell of a director. One of the heavyweights out there right now. And it's like the one blemish. And even though I like Alien 3, it's not a perfect movie. And I always think like, what if he could have just had it, but unfortunately he didn't. So, but no, I mean, whatever, it is what it is right now. And but yeah, I think it's still an enjoyable movie. And I really think, like I said, I think Alien really works best as a trilogy. I really do. I think it's perfect. It's the kind of the rise and fall of Ripley. She starts off as like a very sympathetic victim, and then by part two, she's a warrior. She's fighting back, and she's that maternal instinct kicks in. She's got to protect Newt, and she goes to battle with the Queen. I love it. And then by this time though, it's like she almost like sacrifices herself for the better of mankind. I mean, she goes Jesus there for a second and literally just takes a swan dive into the lava or molten whatever lead, or the fuck it was. And yeah, I mean, she had the Queen burst out her, and she's like, nope, boom, going down. We're going out together. And I just like that whole arc right there. I think it's great. And of course, they bring her back in Resurrection or whatever. But so yeah, overall, this one, big thumbs up. Love the. The warden. I forget the dude's name, but I just love when he's just like, this is rumor control. Here are the facts. I just love that line right there. But so yeah, Alien 3, Alien Cubed. So anyways, so going back further now to 1942, we're going to tackle the Mummy's Tomb. Boom. The Mummy's Tomb. This is the third Mummy movie from the Universal Studios, but this is the second from the Chorus 4 movies. Which I thought was kind of odd, because I remember I didn't know anything about any of these movies going into them initially. I just knew that Boris Karloff was the first, he was Emotep in the first one. And I remember watching part 1, and I liked it, I dug it, it's good. And then when I watched I thought was part 2, which is, was it The Mummy's Hand? I'm going to cheat. I am going to cheat here. Yeah, it is The Mummy's Hand. Thinking it was a sequel, and it's not. It's a fucking remake of the first one, which is very odd. I thought, I was like, really, you guys just remade that shit? Because I mean, it's the same plot. It's exactly. I mean, they copied and pasted that shit. So people who bitch about remakes now, it's like that shit's been going on forever. But the second one is pretty much the same thing. Like that's one thing I noticed about these Mummy movies. They're not really that diverse from each other. It is the same movie. Just something they said they change up the setting every now and then. The story here is. Of course, Lon Chaney Jr. is the mummy, Karras, I'm gonna say Karras. And basically what happens is, he gets, like, the first 15 minutes of this movie, I'm exaggerating, we'll say first 5 to 10 minutes, in between there somewhere, is just showing you clips from the first one, like previously on The Mummy, last one, and that's all they're showing. That's how that one ended. Because honestly, I ain't gonna lie, I watched a lot of these together, and I couldn't tell you the plots to any of them without looking it up. And even then, I'd be very hazy. I'd be like, I don't know. But at the end of the Mummy's Hand, Karras gets he's caught on fire or burned up somehow. But they don't really explain how he comes back. I guess there's fuck it, he's a mummy. He has mummy powers. So what happens is this high priest in the first one, he's revealed to be alive. He's the evil guy behind it. I honestly don't remember the plot, so I couldn't tell you too much what was going on in that first one, or the second one, or what you want to call it. But anyway, so he passes on. He's just like, here, you will resurrect, Karras, at this time. And he gives him these leaves, and it's just basically, you give him, I think it said, you give him 3 leaves, and he'll come back, from the dead. You give him 10 leaves in the tea. It's he's immortal or something like that. And the dude, it's so ridiculous. This guy he got it going on. The mummies, and the whole plan is he wants the mummy to kill all the people who disturbed the tomb in the first one. So he's got a list, and not just the people, it's also the descendants. And there's only 4, and this motherfucker, the mummy's just wiping them out, right? Boom, and they don't know who's doing it. Everybody's like, oh, it's a ghost, or I think some people are the mummy's back or whatever. No one's believing at first, and then they're starting to catch on a little bit. Well, at this point, he has 1 victim to go, and he develops a boner for the girl the love interest of the next victim. So instead of just going ahead and killing the next guy, completing the mission, he's like, we gotta change of plans. And he's like, I'm going to, take her as my bride. Which is, I guess, is pretty close to this, having a rape scene back in the day, I guess. As close as you're going to get anyways. So he's like, I'm going to take her as my bride. So sure enough, Karis kidnaps her. And then, once again, you're thinking like, okay, I put myself in this guy's shoes. I'm like, all right, I clearly went against like the elders, and I was like, fuck it. I'm going to business for myself. I could kill the last guy who will clearly be my downfall, but fuck it. I decided to kidnap this girl instead. Wouldn't you want to drink? Because his plan is to make her drink the tea, and then he's going to drink the tea, and then he's going to force her, to be his bride forever. No, both be immortal or whatever. And I guess his plan is to have Karis keep kicking ass. A one-man shuffling fucking, he only has one arm, too. That's the thing. Like, the motherfucker only has one arm, and he's still, like, choking out motherfuckers. It's great. And no one runs. Everybody, like, just cowers in the front, like, no! Karis! He's just like, ah! Quick choke-out scene. It's great. So, I would think, okay, I went this part of the plan. That's where we're at. I would drink the tea first. Make sure I'm safe. Like, look, I'm immortal. Now you. No, he tries to force it on her first. Then that's when people show up and kill his ass. And you're just like, really? That's the fucking... It seems like this is like the worst guy he could put in charge. Like, he had all these different people, who could have probably been, this dude who, holds this grudge against these guys who disturbed the tomb, probably could have put anybody else in charge and put this jackass in charge, and he fucks it all to hell. The movie ain't bad. It ain't great either. I will say, the more I watch these Universal movies, I realize they're very hit or miss. And it seems like The Mummy's one of those I actually do like the series a little bit better, but this is definitely one of the weaker entries, I think, in my opinion. But I will say it's only 60 minutes long. It goes by quick too. Like it doesn't feel like it's like, oh, what time is it now? No, literally you're just kind of like, no, it's over. That's what it was. The conclusion is a little ridiculous. Like they tie it up real nice and neat, and they burn him. And I'll be honest, I don't know how the fuck they resurrect him in part 3. I don't remember. At some point they go to Louisiana, which I will say one thing that's great is the timeline in these mummy movies is so fucking ridiculous. Like, the first one is, like, in present day. And I'll say the first one, but, the second one, The Mummy's Hand. It's, like, in present day, so it's, like, the 30s or 40s or whatever. But the next one takes place 30 years later. This one takes place 30 years later. But, like, nothing's changed. Like, it should take place in the 70s. And even though, like, we know the 70s wasn't futuristic or anything, you would think in their mind they'd be like, well, it's the 70s now. We probably got flying cars and it's like the Jetsons and shit. No, it's the same. It looks just like the 40s. It's and then the next one, if I'm not mistaken, takes place even further in the future. And I can't remember now, but I know like at some point it ends like near the 2000s, and it still looks like the 40s. Like the entire time, like nothing has progressed in the Universal world. It's all the same. Just creepy atmosphere, fog, and decaying castles and graveyards, and that's it. That's what it is. Just for fucking years, nothing has done anything else. Which I thought was just kind of. I'm nitpicking at that point, but fuck it, right? But yeah, like I said, it's okay if you're a fan of the old Universal movies. I would recommend it. If you're not, it wouldn't even be one to get in on. Like there's so many other ones you can watch to break yourself into the Universal world, and The Mummy's Tomb would not be one of them. But like I said, if you got the collection, if you're a completist like me and you just want to watch them all, recommend it. Otherwise, you can probably steer clear. So alright, recap, Alien 3, fucking great. It's fucking good. I won't say great. It's fucking good. And Mummy's Tomb, it's okay. That's the best you're going to get out of me. So, alright guys, enjoy your weekend, and I'll catch you guys on Monday. Monday Showdown. We'll tap into the Final Four. And yeah, that's all I got, guys. Catch you later.